Hey everyone, I went to a concert a couple of days ago and I thought we're gonna do a little travel journal with me today. Initially I wanted this to be like a journaling vlog or something, but I wasn't really able to film as much as I wanted, so it's just a journal with me, but I'm still really excited for this video. Before we get into journaling, I just quickly wanted to show you the setup of the journal we're in today. This is my travel journal. This is an olive traveler's notebook, and I have two inserts in here. First, a short trip travel journal insert and also a museum journal insert where I just journal about some of my museum visits. And I don't know, this is a little bit travel related for me, so I put it in here. Initially I had this in my olive and the travel journal was in my brown traveler's notebook, but I decided to just combine those two, and so that's my setup. And today we're obviously journaling in my short trips travel journal insert, and let's just get into it. Again, I'm really excited. This is a voiceover, so I obviously already know how the spreads turn out, and I'm really happy with what I did. So let's just get journaling. I always like to keep a couple of ephemera pieces from my trips to use in my journal later on, and this time I of course kept my concert ticket and also the little booklet my hotel card was in, and I also had to buy a belt on my way to Leipzig. And I also kept the label of the belt, so you can't really see it right now, but I'll use this later. And yes, that's all of my ephemera stuff. Oh, and I also printed a couple of pictures, of course. And then I'm gonna use a couple of decoration thingies. You'll see in a minute. And I'm gonna do 2 spreads today. I don't know. I had a lot of stuff to journal with, so I decided to do 2 spreads, and you'll see in a moment that I also switch things around and put the ticket on the next page. This is, I don't know, I'm always so indecisive when journaling, and I just switch things around so much, so I should probably apologize for that. I tried to just cut out most of it, but I think you have to watch a little bit of it, so I'm sorry, but I don't know, if you're journaling yourself you can probably relate to that. Okay, now let's talk about the concert, or the trip in general, because I have some thoughts. I have some things I want to talk about, because the thing is, I am autistic, and to be honest, it feels a little bit weird to say this out loud, because I just got my official diagnosis a couple of days ago, and I don't know, I knew I was autistic before, but I don't know, I just always felt like I couldn't talk about it or be open about it and be oh hi, well, I am autistic, without this official diagnosis, which I don't even really know why, because in my opinion self-diagnosis is completely valid, because it's just such a hard process to get an official diagnosis, and I also think an official diagnosis isn't always the right thing for everyone. So in my opinion it's completely valid if you self-diagnose, if you do it properly, of course, and not just go on TikTok and be oh well, that's me. But I think you know what I mean. So I don't really know why I struggle with this so much when it comes to myself, but I don't know, I just felt like I needed to wait for like my official diagnosis before I could openly talk about it. So yeah, it feels a little bit weird to just finally say it out loud, but yeah, whatever. That's not even what I want to talk about. Oh my goodness. What I wanted to say is that since I'm autistic, I struggle with like really low levels of energy, and going to a concert or like on a trip or just going out in general is usually a lot for me. And I don't know, this just can get really frustrating, to be honest, because as much as I don't like change and as much as I love being at home and just doing my thing and I don't know, just pretty much spend every day the same, I also want to just live and do things and go out and have friends, which I don't. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do have a couple of friends, but also I don't really know how do you know if someone's your friend? Like, are there rules? Because I don't get it. Okay, whatever. So it's just, I don't know, it can get really frustrating because doing things always involves like so much planning, and I always have to think about how I can make things work without like getting overstimulated or like maneuvering myself into burnout. And it can get really frustrating because everything is just always so much harder than it should be. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of proud of myself, how far I've come and like what I've learned about myself, because in the past I just had all of those struggles and all of those problems, but I didn't know why and I couldn't make adjustments. And since I know I'm autistic, I'm able to just, I'm still struggling, but at least I know why and I'm kind of able to make adjustments. So that's just really helpful, and I should be proud of myself, and I think I am. Okay, I should probably stop this TED talk about being autistic and start talking about what I'm doing in the video. I'm sorry, we're gonna do that now. As you can see, I just put like a little title on the page. I did this with like my label maker and I really like the look of it. This just says 𝚎𝚟𝚎𝚘𝚕 Leipzig, which, did I even tell you which concert I went to? I don't think so. Well, I went to a 𝚎𝚟𝚎 concert, which was great, to be honest. We're going to talk a little bit more about this in a minute. But I also used a PET tape, which I can't pronounce the brand of this, so I'm going to link it in the description down below. And I also used some print-on stickers from 𝚎𝚟𝚎𝚕, which I absolutely love. I think they're just so pretty, and you could probably get like a similar effect with just making some ink splotches on the page, but I feel like those print-ons are just way more convenient, and I absolutely love them. They're really, really pretty in my opinion. And yeah, that's actually already one page done. So yeah, let's just move on to the next one. On this page, I will of course finally be using the concert ticket, and I usually like to hide like the things I write in my journals, or at least like in my traveler's notebooks, because I want the spreads I do in there to be like aesthetic, and I'm not the biggest fan of my handwriting, to be honest, even though it's not that bad, but I don't know, I just like to hide what I write. And that's why I didn't stick the concert ticket like down completely and just use some washi and those dot stickers, which I'm gonna change in a minute. I didn't like the color, but yeah, I just tipped it in instead of just sticking it down completely, and I'm gonna do like my writing underneath the ticket. And as you can see, I decided to use more of those 𝚎𝚟𝚎𝚕 print-on stickers in purple this time, but I don't know, I just wanted to keep it like consistent, and that's why I use them. I think they're just so pretty. I don't know why. They're also just great to fill like empty spaces, I feel like. So yeah, I really like them. And yeah, now I'm changing like the dot stickers, as I've already mentioned. I don't really see that much of a difference, but I feel like those look better. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Okay, now let's just quickly talk a little bit more about the concert. I was a little bit anxious and nervous, and to be honest, I was a mess like the days before, which was just completely unnecessary actually, because the concert was great and I actually did pretty well. And I also decided to stay at a hotel in Leipzig just so I had a place where I could rest before the concert, and also just so I could, I don't know, just go to bed right after instead of having to like go on a train ride home. And I don't know, I just feel like staying at a hotel was a really good decision, even though it was pretty expensive, of course, but I think it was worth it, and it was just really helpful for me, I think. So yeah, I don't know, I think I'm just proud of myself for like acknowledging or realizing what I need in order to make this work for me, and just making those adjustments instead of just completely ignoring all of my feelings and fears and just doing things that aren't good for me, which is something I used to do a lot, and I still do it a lot, because I really struggle with just, I don't know, acknowledging my feelings, and I often don't even really know what I feel. So I don't know. I tend to just ignore myself a lot and just, I don't know, ignore what I feel and just do things because the world just works like that. But I don't know. I'm proud that I managed to just do so well in a situation I usually struggle in. So yeah, and I definitely hope I can go to a couple more concerts, to be honest, because I don't know, pretty much the only concert I went to was like Bring Me the Horizon in 2018, which is like 5 years ago. So I don't know, I hope to go to like a couple more concerts in the future. And by the way, I can definitely recommend to go to a grandson concert. I feel like I've talked about like concerts in general or my experience in general, but not about the artist in particular. I just enjoyed it so much. It wasn't like a massive concert. There weren't like a lot of people, and it just felt really personal, and I don't know, he just interacted a lot with like the people, and it just, I don't know, I really liked it, and I definitely recommend the music, of course. Okay, back to the journal page. As you can see, I decided to add those planet stickers. Those are from 𝚎𝚟𝚎𝚕, and the little gold sparkles are also from 𝚎𝚟𝚎𝚕. Those are from one of her PET tapes, and the little girl sticker is from La Dolce Vita. So yeah, that's it. that's it for the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I know this probably wasn't like your typical journal with me video, but I hope you've still enjoyed. And yeah, that's it. Take care. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.